Hello and welcome, Desert Mountain members, to the Desert Mountain Podcast, the Thanksgiving edition. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there watching. Always a really fun week and weekend on the mountain. A lot of family in town. The kids are home from college. The grandkids are back, and it's just a really cool vibe around here at Desert Mountain on Thanksgiving. So pretty cool to be doing this today. It's foodie week, obviously. What more do we think about on Thanksgiving than food? And so with that in mind, I've got some gentlemen surrounding me here today who know a lot about food and drink, and I'd like to go ahead and bring them in. You guys ready to go?
We're ready to go.
Ready to go.
All right. First of all, sitting right here to my left, Kyle Bielski. Did I get that right?
Yep. How we doing?
Round of applause. There we go. Welcome, Kyle.
All right.
Kyle's first time on the podcast, so welcome.
Let's go. Yeah. My name's Kyle, chef here, chef de cuisine here at Chiricahua. I've been here at this clubhouse now for over 5 years in the background, but now coming out to you guys, show you my face, get familiar.
Love it.
All right.
Sitting right across from Kyle, Chris Mirza. Hello, Chris.
How you doing? How's everyone doing? Little background on me. Born and raised in Fountain Hills. I've been here at Desert Mountain since last October. Started off at Outlaw, and now I'm both here at Outlaw and Chiricahua. So Desert Mountain's a great place to be. Definitely love it here, and working along with some great gentlemen like Kyle and John to my left. So thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And you mentioned John O'Farrell. No stranger. You've been with us a couple times before. How are you, John?
I'm well. How are you? Thanks for having me back on.
Absolutely. Well, as you can see if you're watching on YouTube, we are on the patio of a new restaurant concept here at Desert Mountain. And why don't you introduce it, Chris, because this has kind of been your baby from the front of the house standpoint. Where are we right now?
We are currently at Angelo's Pizza Kitchen, formerly known as the Chiricahua Grill. Very excited. A lot of work on the back end with Chef Kyle and John and the whole team to kind of get this up and running last week. So Angelo's very excited to have this opportunity, a new restaurant for Desert Mountain.
That's something we've been talking about since really the summertime, as the plans were in motion, and we had to get a pizza oven in here that had to be lowered in by a crane, and we'll talk about that in a little while. But how bad, and I'll ask any of you, if anybody want to jump in, how necessary was this for Desert Mountain? How excited was the membership for it? What does it mean for the club?
Well, I would say it was really necessary. The past year, as we saw across the valley, a lot of golf members were sold, and definitely needed another outlet for our members to kind of enjoy dining aspect here on the mountain. So it was well needed, and it's been well received so far. So opening a whole other restaurant with 62 plus seats on a Wednesday through Saturday, having that offering for a membership is truly appreciated, I think, by them, and definitely really needed by us.
Yeah, I agree on that too, and it's a more casual offering than Constantino's is typically. So a little more relaxed, some place you can come, just grab a drink, something to eat, just enjoy the sunset. It's really nice.
Pizzas have always been in demand here, and this is a much more casual place to come get something with your family.
You mentioned pizzas being in demand. I know you have run cooking classes, right, Kyle?
Oh, yeah.
Have you found that the membership have always been very excited about making pizza and eating pizza?
Absolutely, yeah. And I get questions about pizza all the time, and a few members come in and request just pizza doughs because they want to make some pizza at home. And I'm very passionate about pizza. I love doing it. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't,
Yeah, was it a no-brainer to have this guy be the guy behind this?
Yeah, he's the guy.
We all knew?
Oh, yeah.
That's good. All right.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about, first of all, just to get this out of the way, just because I want to mention it, what are the hours for Angelo's, and what days will it be open?
Hours of operation, right now, Wednesdays through Saturdays.
Okay.
4 p.m. to 8 p.m. is when we'll do our pizza offering. But there is a demand for our golfers to come off the golf course around, they're teeing off at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. they want an area where they can, have a few cocktails, throw around some bets, all that fun stuff. So we're going to open up at 3 p.m. for cocktails.
Cool.
On those days. And then once we get into our busier months, March, April, and about half of May, we're going to open up a 5th night. We're going to do a Sunday night as well. So, having that extra venue for cocktails and pizza and wine in a beautiful venue it's going to be really well received.
Yeah, I love the capacity that's being added by it. And I like what you said there even, too, about opening at 3 and getting these guys. I know I'd be excited to come up here and get, I don't know, maybe an order of these garlic knots that we have sitting at the end of the table, maybe a pizza pie coming off the golf course. Might spoil my dinner, but that's okay. I'll eat again later anyway.
A little appetizer.
Yeah, that's right. All right, well, that's awesome. I want to get into a little bit of the oven itself and kind of what goes into making these pizzas. How authentic are they? What the ingredient, that whole shebang. So if you could help us take us through it, I don't know, Chris, if you want to start, or John, or whoever jump in. When we first got this thing, I know it was it's a really nice oven, and so when we finally got it here, there was a challenge. How are we going to get this thing in its area that it's in now? How did that work?
Well, a crane and being really careful. So, I mean, looking across the way, there's about a 30, 40-yard break between the parking lot and where the pizza oven's currently sitting.
Yeah.
So we had a crane, and, there was a couple guys and, a couple fingers crossed, and we got the pizza oven down.
Yeah. Can't give it too much specifics on the details, but definitely the biggest crane I've ever seen.
Right.
Like, that thing was huge.
Were you here? Were you guys here when the day it happened?
I was not here. I was off that day. You know what? It's probably a good thing because I would have been sweating the whole time. But no, they do a great job, and they got it in. The engineering team does a fantastic job all the time. They're professionals, but just being who I am, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I was here. I came up. They had to have the entryway to Chiricahua blocked off. So we had to park on the street, walk up. Saw that happening. Figured I'd just go down to CG and help them out with something. So
They got this.
yeah, that's.
I'll make myself useful elsewhere. All right, let's talk about the pizza itself. What kind of oven is it? Is it what kind of oven is it?
So it's a gas-assisted wood fire pizza.
So it's like a hybrid, basically.
Right. So we'll turn it on. We'll get the gas going on it. Get it up to about 500 degrees.
Okay.
We'll feed it 5-6 logs, and once they catch and once they go, they the residual heat from the wood and the coals keep that oven hot all night. 550, 600 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really great. Just the smokiness, the coals themselves, they just add a whole nother dimension to the flavor of the pizza here at Chiricahua.
Awesome. Yeah, we were here. My business partner, Patrick, and I were here for the soft opening, which I think everyone had a great time at. And yeah, I was just amazed. Everything is so fresh. You're literally back there making the dough, rolling the dough. Every ingredient goes on fresh, right in. You can't get a fresher pizza, right, Chris?
No, you can't. No. Kyle and his team, they have it pretty dialed in. What kind of wood are you using, Jeff?
Right now we're just using mesquite, but we're keeping our eyes out there, seeing what everyone else is using, and we might change it up. And
okay. Now, if I wanted to try some of this pizza, just for research and development purposes, so I can go out and tell everyone else around the mountain how great it is, can we try some right now?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You go back there and cook some for us right now.
Yeah, I could cook some.
Okay. All right. Great. Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Oh, there he is.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Kyle. Kyle, you did that very quickly.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Thank you
Well
very
done.
much. Very well done. Look at those babies. All right, well, I think we need a taste test. I did actually taste one of the, what are the knots?
Yes. Yeah. Garlic knots.
Unbelievable.
Right.
They're so good.
Those are really good.
They're
Those are the best I've
doughy.
ever had.
They're thick, doughy. If you're on a low-carb diet, I don't know. But
Don't recommend them on a
Don't
low carb.
recommend But they're so good.
No gluten-free option on that one.
No.
Let me get you a slice.
Yeah, serve us up, would you, Chris?
I would.
And then once we get a chance to taste this, I want to talk to John and talk about some of the wine. the wine program here that is going to go along with this pizza. I hope you can see it at home. So we have. Can you explain, Kyle, what two pies we're looking at here? Go ahead.
Yeah, right now we have the classic margarita pizza on our regular dough. That's just our house-made mozzarella, which we make, 3-4 times a week upstairs in Chiricahua kitchen. And we have the probably the most favorite of all the pizzas we've had is the carne pizza. That's got it's on the charcoal crust.
Yeah, tell us about the charcoal, because I don't know if you can or cannot see it on video. This crust it's black in color and it's charcoal. It's activated charcoal in there.
Chef hands here. I'll hold it up a little bit here.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it almost looks like a blue corn like tortilla color. But that's the charcoal dough. We put a little bit of activated charcoal in there. And it's not much charcoal in the dough itself. It's about 2 tablespoons for a 80-ounce batch of pizza dough, which makes about 40 pizza doughs.
Wow.
So, 2 tablespoons of charcoal, and it changes the color of the dough that much. But the health benefits, it helps out with the gut biome, and also just adds a little bit of a unique look to our pizzas. And
I'm glad you brought up the health benefits. It's something I've read a lot about lately, and I've had people talk to me about the health benefits of activated charcoal and charcoal. So yeah, why not have an extra benefit? Right. Also, another benefit, it's delicious. I just took a bite of it, and one of the best pizzas I've ever had. I'm not gonna, here, let me try this other one. What do you think, guys? I would go, I'm not in the business of doing pizza ratings. There's another gentleman on the internet who makes his business doing that, but I'd go 10.0 if I could.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 is good.
Very good. So fresh. You can really taste the freshness. You can taste the house-made ingredients. I would probably put these up with, scratch the word probably, I would put these up with any pizza that I've had in Scottsdale, Cave Creek, otherwise, wherever. It's really, really good.
Reminds me a lot of Pizzeria Bianco. Well done.
Thank you.
Well, I would say the great thing about these pizzas is that oven, from start to making the pizza, building it, and oven time, Chef, how long would you say, like 4 to 5 minutes at most of oven cooking time?
Yeah, about from the start, right when we get the order to pizza coming out, about 4.5 minutes.
4.5 minutes. Of course, if there's a lot of orders coming in, that time gets extended, but I mean, you can expect
a few other factors too.
Exactly.
When it gets real windy and cold, and that wind starts cooling down that pizza oven, it'll increase the cook time by a minute or two. But
yeah,
nothing crazy.
Like I say, you can expect that kind of rustic, charcoaly type of crust out there. Where it's that hot. Yeah. That hot oven going and kind of cooking it in that short amount of time. So, I mean, it's definitely a crunch to it, and it's delicious.
Get the underside of this pizza on the camera, too. I mean, it's just it's beautiful. Just beautiful. Yeah, you get just the right char on there. Crisp. This is not an ASMR video, so I won't give you the crisp in the microphone. But, wow, if you have not been up here yet, my goodness. We also have 3 bottles of wine on the table, and this is the portion where we're now going to drink all the wine. Let's go ahead. Nope, no. We won't do that. But I would like you to take us through the wine program here, John, because I understand it is now one of the most comprehensive on the mountain.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is more of a quick bite to eat. Everybody, we have a vast membership. Angelo's will have the most by-the-glass selection on the mountain with 23 options. There will be a lot of Italian, obviously, with the theme being the pizza in Italy and
23 by the glass.
23 by the glass.
23 by the glass. That's crazy. That's a lot.
Yeah, lots of good options. Plus, you have access to Constantino's wine list, so I mean, you could have pretty much whatever you want.
Have you found that? Is there pairing going on? Like, have you already? Maybe it's too early to know, but would you recommend that if someone got this, pie with this charcoal crust, that they pair that with a certain wine versus a different type of pizza? Have we gotten that far yet?
Just preliminaries have suggested that most people are getting Italian. The Sarugo Super Tuscan that we have, which is Superior Super Tuscan by Ayavecchia, is extraordinarily good. Cabernet Heavy Super Tuscan with a juicy nature, it's fabulous. Barolo, Chianti. We're doing some Valpolicella Ripasso, Chardonnay from Italy, Sauvignon Blanc from Italy. We have some really fun options.
Yeah, it was flowing the night that we were here for the soft opening. I haven't been back since we've been open, but I think this is a good time I wanted to ask you, Chris, because I'll ask all three of you about feedback from the membership on both. So feedback, what have you heard of the concept in general? I'll put that one to you, Chris, and then I'll ask Kyle about the food and John about the wine.
So far, this past week, we serviced 200 members, 200 plus members came and enjoyed Angelo's last Wednesday through Saturday. One feedback I got was that the membership, they kind of thought it was going to be more of a to-go option until they got here. And then they saw the ambiance, they saw the feel of, the inside decorations, the outside white tablecloths, the wine glasses on the table. And like, this is a full restaurant, and so they're really excited about that. I would also say nearly half our business so far has been to-goes as well. So really celebrating the to-go business where, in maybe years past, you want to get a pizza from Constantino's and they're doing pastas and other types of items during that time, and it might take a little longer. Strongly encourage, if you just want a pizza or a salad, on a Friday night, Saturday night, give Constantino's a call, and what we're doing is a one-stop phone call. So our goal is not to transfer the membership around. They'll call Constantino's, and we'll have someone take the order down, and we'll go ahead and send the order down here. And, the quote time should be a lot sooner than, on a busy night at Constantino's. As we all know, a membership, they like to book out Constantino's about a month in advance. And, if there's 150, 180 on the books that night, doing to-goes, it gets a little cumbersome for the kitchen staff. They do a fantastic job. But, getting those pizzas out in a timely fashion. If you just want a pizza and a salad on a Friday night, just hanging out at home, this is definitely the place to call.
Well, Constantino's has always been popular for pizza, and so this probably takes a little pressure off that kitchen, right? And just, they can focus on what they're doing up there, and now we're focusing on our pizza down here. It's perfect.
That's great.
What's your feedback been, either of you, any of you, on the pizza? Have people been saying, man, this is really good? Have you heard?
Yeah, I'm trying to touch every table, I'm encouraging our membership, especially these first few weeks. It's a new concept, and we encourage good feedback and negative feedback. Anything we can give for us, and we've had some great comments from our membership and making adjustments on the fly, just so we can provide the best experience possible for our members here at Desert Mountain.
Yeah, the most common question that I heard was, what is the charcoal dough? People.
It is different.
So we started incorporating the charcoal dough into our bread service. So just to give people a try, if they don't want to get a whole pizza, they can just try the dough in the garlic knot itself.
It doesn't taste anything like charcoal, if that's what you It's like a big bite out of it, and it's just a delicious dough. It's just, maybe there's an optic thing for some people. Like, I wonder what that tastes like. Well, delicious.
It's fun. It's really fun. Outside of that, really, I got a little bit of pushback on the cannoli on the first night. And I'm from Massachusetts, grew up, 30 minutes outside of Boston. Somebody that was here, asked me, have you never been to Mike's Pastry in Boston? And I was like, oh, man. And I was comparing the ones that we had here to back home, and it's not even close. And I just, I felt like we had to make a change. So I went ahead and scratched what we had and started it over. And I feel really happy with the product that we're serving right now. And I challenge anybody to come in here and try our cannoli.
There it is.
The gauntlet.
Put it up against anything. Yeah.
I love it. What is and anything on the wine? Have you? It's kind of cool to have that many different options on it by the glass. I'm sure people are happy to have that, right?
Yeah, you get a lot of things that you can try. You'll find favorites, but there's always room to try other things that you might enjoy, for sure.
Yeah. Here, I have a question for each of you. What is your favorite item on the menu? What is your favorite pizza? Start with you, John.
For me, it's the carne.
Okay.
I'd be willing to do the charcoal.
Very good.
I hate to be the same guy, but the carne is really good. The picante, that's one of my favorites as well. It has some peppers on there. It adds a little kick if you like those types of items. But the best thing about it is you can get the Picasso pizza, and the Picasso pizza is basically a build your own. So if you can look across the different pizzas, say I want this item, and combine 3 or 4 pizzas into one pizza. you can go that route too. So I mean, going that custom route is a great option too.
Absolutely. And for me, I'm going to say the roasted chicken pizza. I mean,
Okay.
it's got the pesto sauce on the bottom, fresh mozzarella cheese, roasted chicken, sun-dried tomatoes, red onion, and then we put as a finish garlic oil, balsamic reduction. Too
That sounds
good.
amazing.
Get on the
sounds
charcoal
very
crust.
good.
It looks awesome.
All right, now go ahead and describe every pizza on the menu.
Okay.
Just like that. Just kidding. What is there's one that's heavy on the mushroom. Is that right?
That's the fungi. Yeah.
Fungi.
I'd be remiss to not mention that I was talking to our friend Margaret Stewart, who joined us on the podcast earlier. That's her favorite. So shout out to you, Margaret. She wanted to add that in. That'd be her pick.
Nice.
So one other thing I wanted to mention, and then we'll get you guys out of here. I really appreciate your time and making this pizza. Really appreciate that. But Angelo's, a lot of people might be wondering about the name and where it came from, because there was some. It took some time to figure out what the name was going to be and that type of thing. So Angelo is from the Constantino family. So as a lot of membership probably may know, when you're up at Constantino's and you're walking to the washroom area, that whole family is on the wall, and Angelo is part of that family. So that's kind of a really cool thing where it's Lyle Anderson, kind of the visionary patriarch, whatever you want to call it, of Desert Mountain. That's his family. So we think it's his. What'd we say?
Great uncle.
Great uncle. We think that Angelo was Lyle's great uncle, either great uncle or great great uncle. But pretty cool picture up there on the wall of him boxing. He was a boxer.
Right.
So
He's a pro boxer. In 1925 to 1930, he had 9 wins, 8 losses, and 7 draws.
you just made that up.
No, I looked
Did
him
you
up.
really?
Yeah, I looked
That's
up
amazing.
The boxing almanac.
That-
I looked it up. So
That's
yeah.
incredible. What a nugget.
Yeah,
Thanks, Chris.
absolutely.
Any other nuggets you just forgot to share with me that you want to throw out there?
No, I mean this is a great concept for our membership, and I can't thank enough John and Kyle and his team, putting this together and all the work behind it. There's a lot of work that went behind it just to transform the Chiricahua Grill into Angelo's and providing a great venue for our members.
100%.
Chef B2 and Greg Leonard, I know we have been talking about it with them for months too. I know it's something they've been excited about, and really all the way up to the top. We've all been very excited about this. So the fact that it's finally open, we couldn't be happier. And especially now that we're in the holiday season, we love the fact that we have an extra venue for people to bring their families at dinner and have an awesome meal. All right,
Yep.
guys.
Beautiful place to be.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, thanks for mentioning that. Not exactly the worst view to have
right.
on the mountain either. So, all right, now I know it's foodie week and we're talking food, we're talking pizza, we're talking holiday stuff, but we always do a segment on the show called Great Shots from Around the Mountain with these amazing golf shots. Got some people coming in right here on 18. Maybe we'll get to witness a hole-in-one or an eagle. But we did have some from the past week that we wanted to tell you about. So let me get those in right now. All right, number 1, Dale O'Chap, Sunday, November 13th, hole-in-one at Apache, hole number 7.
Wow.
Awesome. This is a very cool and unique one. Linda Stein, Wednesday, November 16th. This was during Dos Amigas. Hole-in-one at number 12 here at Chiricahua. So it was her first hole-in-one, and it just happened to be at Dos Amigas. So how cool is that?
That's awesome.
Awesome. We had James DeShure, Friday, November 18th, hole-in-one down at 7, hole number 14 at 7. Very, very cool. Nice. The next day, another hole-in-one down at 7. We had Mary Dolby. That was a hole-in-one at hole number 2 at 7. What a way to start your round. And then just to round it out, last but not least, Ron Arneson, Sunday, November 20th, a hole-in-one on hole 14 at Chiricahua.
Wow.
Nice.
2 holes-in-one at Chiricahua, a hole-in-one at Apache, 2 holes-in-one at 7. We're just nothing but holes-in-one this week. But I think that you guys, I guess pun intended, have hit a hole-in-one with this concept, and just phenomenal, and really appreciate your time today. Really appreciate you making us pizzas and
No problem. Yeah.
showing
Thank you for having us on.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
So members, have a phenomenal holiday season. Once again, happy Thanksgiving, and we hope to see you right here for some delicious pizza at Angelo's. Until then, we'll see you around the mountain.